Alright, let's swing our imaginary drone selves over to the beaches. Antalya is famous for them, and from the air, you can see why they're such a big deal. First, let's cruise over to the west of the city. Look down there. That massive, sweeping curve of pebbles and sand stretching for kilometers is Kaleiçi Beach. It's a proper epic of a beach. From up here, it looks like a giant, pale crescent moon snuggled up against the city on one side and the brilliant blue sea on the other. Kaleiçi has this awesome, buzzing, family-friendly vibe. Even from our bird's-eye view, you can see the action. You've got the long promenade running alongside it, dotted with palm trees and little green parks. The beach itself is a patchwork of color, with bright towels spread out on the fine pebbles. The water near the shore is so clear, you can see the smooth stones on the seabed. It's pure, simple, holiday happiness. Now let's zip over to the other side of the city, to the east. This, my friends, is Lara Beach, and it's a whole different kettle of fish. If Kaleiçi is the fun, laid-back cousin, Lara is the glamorous five-star sibling. But the real giveaway is the stuff behind the beach. Look at those hotels. They are massive, sprawling resorts that look like something out of a fantasy movie. You've got ones that look like the Titanic, ones that look like the Kremlin, and others that look like futuristic palaces. From our perch, Lara Beach looks like the definition of luxury. The beach is lined with fancy cabanas and pristine rows of sunbeds belonging to the hotels. The swimming pools are enormous, winding affairs, some with water slides that look like massive, colorful snakes. While Kaleiçi felt like a public celebration of the sea, Lara feels more like an exclusive retreat. But both have one thing in common: that stunning, irresistible Mediterranean water, inviting everyone in for a dip. Two different styles, but both pure Antalya. Okay, let's steer away from the coast for a tick and head towards the heart of the city, the historical bit. This is where things get really, really old, in a good way. We're now hovering over Kaleiçi, which literally means inside the castle, and from up here you can see exactly why. It's a beautiful, tightly packed maze of terracotta-roofed houses, all nestled snugly inside ancient stone walls. It looks like a secret, historic village that's been perfectly preserved and protected from the modern city that has grown up all around it. The contrast between the old, winding alleyways of Kaleiçi and the wide, straight boulevards of New Antalya is incredible. As we float above, you can trace the paths of the narrow cobblestone streets. They twist and turn like tangled threads, creating a labyrinth that would be brilliant fun to get lost in. Peeking out between them are the lush green canopies of trees in hidden courtyards, secret gardens tucked away from the world. You can just imagine the stories these old Ottoman-era houses could tell. From our high-up quiet spot, it feels like we're looking at a living museum, a snapshot of centuries gone by. And see that right there, wrapping around the whole district? That's the old Roman harbor. It's a perfect little U-shaped marina full of boats. But these aren't just any boats. They're mostly gulets, traditional wooden sailing vessels that look like pirate ships from a movie. They're all lined up, their tall masts looking like a forest of toothpicks from our perspective. This little harbor has been the gateway to the city for thousands of years. It's the reason Kaleiçi exists. Seeing the old town and the harbor together like this, you get a real sense of the flow of time and how this port has been a center of life for so long. Now, let's zoom in a little bit. Like we've got a super-powered lens on our imaginary drone. We're still floating over the edge of Kaleiçi, and I want to point out a couple of absolute superstars of the ancient world. See that magnificent structure right there, the one that looks like a giant fancy gateway? That is Hadrian's Gate. It's a proper Roman triumphal arch built way back in the year 130 AD to honor a visit from the Roman Emperor Hadrian himself. Imagine that. It's been standing there for nearly 2,000 years, watching the world change around it. From the sky, it looks like a grand entrance, a formal invitation from history to come and explore the old town. It's incredible to see it straddling the line between the old city and the new. It's like a time travel portal made of marble. Okay, now pan your eyes just a little bit deeper into the old town. See that tall reddish tower that stands out from all the terracotta roofs? That's the Yivli Minare, or the fluted minaret. It's one of Antalya's most famous symbols, and it's an absolute beauty. It was built by the Seljuk Turks back in the 13th century, and its design is just so unique. From up here, you can really appreciate its structure. The main tower is made of dark red bricks, and is built in 8 semicircular sections, which gives it that fluted or grooved look. This minaret has been a landmark for sailors and travelers for over 800 years, a beacon guiding them to the city. Seeing it from the sky, piercing the skyline of the old town, you get a sense of its importance. Together with Hadrian's Gate, it tells a story of the different empires and cultures that have shaped this amazing city. Right then, let's pull back a bit and take a look at something else that makes Antalya so special from the air: the green bits. For a bustling city, it's amazing how much green space there is. It's like the city planners knew that everyone needs a bit of nature to stay sane. From our lofty position, these parks look like lush green carpets thrown over the urban landscape. They are the city's lungs, breathing fresh air into the streets and giving everyone a place to chill out. You've got big parks, small parks, and long, thin parks that follow the coastline. One of the biggest green patches you can see is Karaalioglu Park. It's a huge, sprawling park that sits right on top of the cliffs, just next to Kaleiçi. It's a classic. From up here you see these massive, shady trees, winding pathways, and beautiful flower beds that look like bright daubs of paint. You can spot fountains, statues, and observation terraces that jut out over the cliffs, offering what must be breathtaking views of the Gulf of Antalya. It's a place of peace and tranquility, a green sanctuary right on the edge of the bustling city. It's where the city comes to exhale. But it's not just the big, famous parks. As we glide over the residential areas, you'll see green everywhere. There are smaller neighborhood parks with playgrounds that look like tiny, colorful obstacle courses from this height. You see tree-lined streets that create green tunnels, providing shade from the hot summer sun. Almost every apartment building seems to have its own little garden, with residents growing everything from tomatoes to roses. It all adds up to create a city that feels green and alive. A place that hasn't forgotten the importance of nature in its quest for modernity. From the sky, this network of parks and gardens connects the whole city. It links the mountains behind to the sea in front, creating a continuous flow of natural beauty. It's a reminder that even in a city of over 1 million people, there's always room for a tree, a flower, or a quiet patch of grass. Okay, let's dive down a little closer to the action and check out the modern side of Antalya. From our aerial perch, we can see the city's heartbeat in its streets. Look at the main roads, like Ataturk Boulevard or Istiklal Caddesi. They are like arteries pumping life through the city. You can see the constant flow of traffic, the little toy-like cars, the red public buses, and the modern tram line that snakes its way through the center. It's a picture of a city on the move, a place that is dynamic and full of energy. But even with all this movement, there's a sense of order to it, a rhythm that keeps everything flowing smoothly. Now, let's drift over the commercial districts. From above, the city's markets and shopping areas are a hive of activity. The bazaar area, near the old town, is a dense cluster of buildings where you can just imagine the explosion of color, sound, and smell at ground level. Even from here, you can see the bright awnings of the shops, shading the goods below. Then you have the modern shopping malls, huge structures with massive car parks that look like intricate patterns from this height. They represent the new face of Antalya, a city that is cosmopolitan and caters to every modern convenience, standing in stark contrast to the ancient bazaar just down the road. Look at the residential areas spreading out from the center. You can see the evolution of the city laid out before you. There are older, smaller apartment blocks from a few decades ago, and then further out, you see the brand new, gleaming white residential complexes with swimming pools and tennis courts. It's a city that is constantly growing and reinventing itself. From the sky, it's a fascinating tapestry of different architectural styles and eras, all living side by side. You can trace the city's growth ring by ring, like a giant tree, from its ancient core in Kaleiçi to its sprawling modern suburbs. Despite all this modernity and movement, there's still that relaxed Mediterranean vibe. You can see it in the number of cafes with outdoor seating tucked into every available space. The city buzzes, but it doesn't seem stressed. It's the perfect blend of a working, living city and a laid-back holiday destination, and it's this unique combination that gives Antalya its incredible charm. Now, before we start our descent, I want you to turn your gaze away from the city and the sea for a moment. Look inland. Look at that. That colossal, magnificent wall of rock that forms the entire backdrop to the city. Those are the Taurus Mountains, and they are seriously impressive. From our aerial view, they look like a giant, sleeping giant, protecting Antalya from the world behind it. They rise up so dramatically from the coastal plain, their peaks scraping the sky. In the morning light, you can see every ridge, every ravine, every fold in their ancient rocky skin. Their scale is just immense. The colors are incredible too. They're not just gray rock. They're covered in a dark green blanket of pine forests, which gets patchier the higher you go, eventually giving way to bare, rugged stone at the summits. Depending on the time of year, you might even see their highest peaks capped with snow, a brilliant white crown contrasting with the warm blue of the sea. It's a stunning sight, having snow-capped mountains and a swimmable sea in the same view. The presence of these mountains defines Antalya just as much as the sea does. They create a dramatic, almost theatrical setting for the city. They also provide a playground for adventure. From up here, you can just about make out the thin, winding roads that snake their way up into the hills, leading to hidden villages and incredible viewpoints. You can imagine people hiking through those dense forests or exploring the deep canyons that have been carved out by rivers over millions of years. As we hover here, suspended between the deep blue sea and the towering green mountains, you get a true sense of Antalya's unique location. It's a city blessed by geography. It has the best of both worlds. This view, with the sprawling city nestled perfectly between these two powerful forces of nature, is the one that will stick with you. It's a picture of harmony, of a place perfectly at home in its spectacular environment. Well, mates, our 10-minute holiday in the sky is coming to an end. It's time to bring our imaginary drone in for a gentle landing. We're slowly descending now, the details of the city getting sharper and clearer. The terracotta roofs of Kaleiçi, the brilliant blue of the Mediterranean, the vibrant green of the parks, and the mighty silhouette of the Taurus Mountains are all coming into focus one last time. We've seen so much in such a short time, gliding effortlessly over a city bursting with history, life, and incredible natural beauty. From up here, you really get the full picture, the grand design of it all. I hope you enjoyed our little flight of fancy. I hope you felt that sense of peace and wonder that comes from seeing a place from a different perspective. Antalya from the air is a special thing. It's a place that invites you to dream. You can almost hear the gentle lapping of the waves on the shore, smell the scent of jasmine from a hidden courtyard in the old town, and feel the warm sun on your face. It's a city that feels both ancient and brand new, both exciting and incredibly peaceful. It's a postcard that has come to life right below us. As we touch down, bringing our minds back to wherever we are, don't let the feeling fade away. Hold on to that image of the turquoise water and the endless coastline. Remember the maze of streets in the old town and the grandeur of the mountains standing guard. This little mental escape is just the beginning. Antalya is a real place, a place you can actually go and explore. So let this little aerial tour be an invitation. Whether you end up visiting one day or just enjoy traveling there in your mind, I hope our 10 minutes in the sky over Antalya has left you feeling relaxed, inspired, and maybe just a little bit more chilled out. Thanks for flying with me. Catch you on the next one. Now about that laundry pile, maybe tomorrow.